Season 6 has ended, Season 7 preseason is here, and 2016 is beginning to come to a close. We have been through a lot in Season 6. Many gameplay updates were introduced, champion reworks came out, we got tilted off the face of the sun with Phantom Dancer, Frozen Mallet Yasuo, and Syndra was finally seen for what she was. Broken. But the most important thing that happened in Season 6, and probably the most enjoyable thing, was the addition of new champions. New champions is one thing we can almost always simultaneously enjoy. Whether they are released as broken, underpowered, or just right, it brings forth a whole new myriad of gameplay choices, awesome voice lines, interactions, and let's not forget an amazing login screen soundtrack. Season 6 was an interesting year for champions. The last 2 years have been very slow for champion releases. This isn't the one champion every 2 weeks riot we used to know. This is slow building, teasing, and hyping up with cinematics, little tips and tricks, lore, and finally their big release on the PBE and full release on live servers. This year we had a total of 6 champions during Season 6. This is also including the Season 6 preseason as well, because I might as well put Illaoi in here because I got some shit to say about you. These 6 champions were Illaoi, Jhin, Aurelion Sol, Taliyah, Kled, and Ivern. Quite a rambunctious little group we have here, don't we? Well, there's no use in just listing them off. Let's talk and remember our glorious champion releases during Season 6 of League of Legends. Illaoi. Released November 24th, 2015, damage type AD, role, fighter, tank, total bitch, hentai connoisseur. Illaoi is our first champion released during the preseason of Season 6, and like most preseason changes, she's a bunch of bullshit sometimes. Illaoi is that long-term fighter. She's the big tanky champion that if she gets free reign of the battlefield, she not only never dies, but can 1v5 as if it was nothing. Illaoi is one of those champions where if your enemy doesn't understand her or just isn't smart enough, she will 1v5 you incredibly easily. I cannot stress this 1v5 nature either. You hear a lot of things like Riven or Vayne or Yasuo 1v5, but Illaoi is, oh hey look, there's the enemy team, let me press E and then press R and proceed to melt the fucking health bars of the enemy team while healing myself in the process. Illaoi is a bully, in character and in game. She talks about beating the shit out of you, then proceeds to beat the shit out of you. She's the textbook definition of lane bully, mid-game bully, late-game bully, and bully. She can be dealt with if you're fast and smart, but until you have those two things, prepare to rip your hair out from enough tentacles to make certain websites I shall not name very jealous. Also, tell your jungler to stay the fuck away. She's just gonna kill you both. Jhin. Released February 1st, 2016. Damage type AD. Role marksman, sniper, artist, psychopath. Jhin is a real special release, not only because he's one of my favorite champions ever, probably my favorite AD carry in the game, but because the hype coming up to him was so intense. The random dead champions showing up on the League website, Garen, Sona, Vi, rest in peace, Zed, the mysterious hinting and discussion, and then boom, the Mind of the Virtuoso cinematic comes out, and we're just thinking, what the fuck is going on? Who's this masked person? Why are people turning into fucking trees? What's with this breathing? And then bam, Riot unveils their new champion, Jhin the Virtuoso, the marksman that doesn't gain attack speed with a sniper physique and easily the most disturbing and creepy backstory and voice lines. Hell, he has 3 separate voice lines on your first motion in the beginning of a game where it's just him breathing and then humming. That's fucking weird. They made a meticulous, artistic psychopath, PG-13, and make him still easily the freakiest champion League has. But what really sets Jhin apart from other ADCs was his design. Imagine pitching the idea of an AD carry that never gains attack speed ever to the champion design team. It's terrifying. ADCs thrive off attack speed, and cutting it all the way down and adding a reload mechanic is a very, very scary proposition. Yet they executed it perfectly. Jhin is easily one of the best designed champions in terms of gameplay, lore, visuals, voice, and music. And he feels so good. Jhin is the textbook definition of a satisfying champion. The 4th grenade bounce, the long range W, the flash 4th auto, the sniper shots with your ultimate to the 4th shot. It all feels so good. He's a godly addition to League, and while he has his ups and downs in terms of balance, he is an incredibly welcome champion to our roster and a fantastic starter champion to the 2016 year. Aurelion Sol, released March 24th, 2016. Damage type AP, role Mage, constant damage, asshole, God. Aurelion Sol is one of my favorite mages because he provides a very high skill ceiling without being flashy. Let's be honest, to play Aurelion Sol, all you gotta do is walk at them or around them, but we can all agree that he is a difficult champion to play and master. But played well, he is quite the god dragon. Hell, a cosmic space dragon born at the breath of creation who can create stars and solar systems and snuff them out at his own leisure. Eventually chained and dampened by Mount Targon, has come back to Runeterra to get his revenge, and he is not fucking happy. It's a really neat idea. My only issue is that, I mean, it's Aurelion Sol. In a sense, he should be able to just snap his fingers and murder everyone in the League of Legends without a second thought. Of course, the whole Mount Targon thing kind of reduces that, but lore-wise, he's a little out there. But goddamn, is he a ton of fun. He has the burst, the consistent damage, the displacement, the plays. He is just an excellently fun champion and well designed, even though it's such a very odd concept. Granted, it's not hard to make like a savage space dragon fun to play, but god, did they do it pretty well. Thank you for this badass fire-spitting champ. Taliyah, released May 18th, 2016. Damage type AP. Role, Control Mage, Disruptor, Bipolar, Trump Supporter. Taliyah was cause for a lot of controversy. Balanced controversy though, not the eyebrow controversy. We've had a lot of controversies in League of Legends. When Taliyah was released, she was honestly pretty goddamn poor. She was designed strangely, felt clunky, died easily, and was just a poor pick in general. Then she got a tiny quality of life change and a few things being more her style, and boom! She was this aggressive, gray hair causing keyboard breaking nuisance of a champion for a while, and even saw a decent amount of play in competitive. Right now she's still usable, but nowhere near as good or bad as she was. She's in the middle, but after those quality of life changes she is certainly more usable than before. Honestly, until they nerf Rylai's, which they will soon, rushing that on her was just crushingly annoying. Then most control mages are pretty goddamn annoying because of Rylai's. It's just fucking nerf the thing. A good Taliyah player who can line up good Qs and pop enemies into her E with her W and can split up fights well with her ultimate is really good. She can still be a great champion right now, but Taliyah still went through that rough patch. Most people think she's still garbage because of it. Yeah, she was clunky, yeah, she was awful, but now she's enjoyable if you like control mages. Her design and lore isn't anything special besides the fact that she met Yasuo, but overall, I'm happy she's in a better spot now than before. Kled. Oh, no, sorry. Kled. Released August 10th, 2016. Damage type AD. Role, fighter, tank, alcoholic, taco enthusiast. Fuck yeah, Kled, fucking Kled. Who thought of this champion? God, whoever you are, I applaud you for having the balls to come up with something so fucking weird, yet so great. Kled, the Noxian meme, is just everything you can love about a lighthearted champion. He's angry, he's funny, he yells a lot, he's stupid, he's strong, and he doesn't afraid of anything. Who went to the design team and said, yes, we need an old alcoholic Noxian Yordle who has held every rank that has ever existed and was part of every Noxian campaign ever, riding an immortal retarded lizard that's cowardly, he doesn't even know what fucking gender it is. He calls him he and she, and don't you misgender Skarl, you fucking shitlord. The best part is they combined his lore with his playstyle. He goes in and goes in hard. Oh shit, Skarl gets spooked and bails. Kled is like, fuck this, and goes in harder, and Skarl gets excited and comes back, and they proceed to clobber everyone in their path. Kled is very far from the most effective champion in the league. He is very far from it. He only has single target damage. He has no AoE whatsoever. The only CC he adds is from his Q, which is a skill shot, or his ultimate, which is just barely even any CC in all honesty. But honestly, if you get fed and really go hard as Kled, he is really strong sometimes. He's got some good late game and some good early game too. He's very, very powerful if he's not getting focused down by everyone on the enemy team. He's just a great disruption, and let's go in here and just fuck with this champion. Tank, AD carry, mid lane, doesn't matter, let's just mess with them. Hell, you have a champion that when they're low health, the one time they shouldn't be going in, you tell them to go in. When Kled jumps off Skarl, he's supposed to go in harder, not retreat. It's so strange. Kled is just awesome. Is he always effective? He can be. Depends on how good you are with him. But if you just want to have fun, this is the champion for you. Ivern, released October 5th, 2016. Damage type, tree. Role, jungler, disruption, pedophile, nice guy. And to round off 2016, we have Ivern, the really swell tree guy thing. Ivern is the champ here I was not incredibly excited about, but I gotta admit, he's a pretty good time if you can play him right. He also has that thing about him that when you hear his quotes, you either giggle a little and shake your head like, oh Riot, you silly people, or you just look concerned for his safety and his sanity. Ivern is an odd fellow and an odd champion, a jungler that cannot harm jungle creeps. That's certainly a new concept, isn't it? But I said that about almost every other champion that's come out in the past 2 years, and what do you know, that's still perfectly okay. They've really started going out of the box with some crazy ass new ideas nowadays. Ivern is surprisingly difficult to understand from a new player's perspective, and he takes a lot of effort to play well actually. And even if you do play him well, you need to rely heavily on your team knowing what the fuck they're supposed to do. I mean, you can demolish with him if you're smart and clever enough, but don't expect to be getting pentas out of the gate immediately. That's Illaoi's job. Ivern is a support jungler, very difficult to play and really relies on his team, but if you can do well, he has a lot of great tools that can just win fights very easily. Overall, our friendly tree person is an interesting addition, and as the jungle balance changes, he will certainly change as well. I, however, am excited to see what fantastic new roles he will take on as the murderer turned squirrel molester. And that about does it. Let's take a moment of silence for each of our Season 6 champion releases. The Censored Hentai, the Bob Ross Aficionado, the Cosmic Douchebag, the Last Rockbender, the Drunk Southern Uncle and his crippled pet, and finally, the Little Too Nice Tree. This has been the Season 6 Champion Memoriam. Each and every one of these champions has killed, been killed, and served their time on the fields of justice. Please show your appreciation if you may. Which champion in all of Season 6 do you enjoy the most and love playing? And you know, in fact, tell me which one you fucking despise too. I'm curious which one you're just like, I cannot stand, and which one is your new main. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and leave a like. I would fucking love that. And my name has been Bricky Orchidate. I look forward to another awesome year of champions, starting with robot thighs that do not lie. Oh boy. Bye-bye.